Chika sat in the dim hospital corridor, head in her hands, her soul burning in a furnace that no one else could see. Her husband, Emeka, had been battling kidney failure. Doctors demanded a surgery they could not afford. Bills piled up, friends grew distant, and family whispered, perhaps God has abandoned them. Each day felt like another flame, scorching her faith. Landlords threatened eviction. Emeka's strength drained, his laughter replaced by groans. And in the quiet nights, when their children asked, "Mama, when will Daddy be well?" Chika fought tears. One evening, after a particularly harsh phone call from the hospital demanding payment for dialysis, she broke down. "Lord," she cried, "are you still here? Do you see me in this fire? Or am I alone?" Chika knew the fire wasn't always made of flames. Sometimes it was unpaid rent. Sometimes it was the hospital bed where her husband, Emeka, laid, frail, tubes in his arm, fighting kidney failure. Sometimes it was the empty plates her children pushed away at night, too hungry to cry. The fire was everywhere, everywhere she turned. It pressed harder. Bills, the hospital called every week, demanding payment. Family, relatives who had once promised help now whispered. They must have sinned. Why else would God abandon them like this? Faith, her prayers felt like echoes bouncing off a closed heaven. One day, as she sat on the edge of Emeka's bed, his fingers cold in hers, he whispered, "Chika, maybe it's time to let me go. You've suffered enough." Chika still holding Emeka's trembling hand. "We will trust God. Even if the fire rages, we will not give up," she broke. "No," she cried, shaking her head violently. "Don't speak like that. Our story cannot end in this fire. God is still here, even if I can't see him." Things got worse. The landlord padlocked their door, tossing their children's clothes into the dust. Chika lost her small job at the market after missing days to be at the hospital. Her son fainted. One afternoon from hunger, the fire blazed hotter, like Nebuchadnezzar commanding the furnace to be 7 times stronger. And then just when the flames seemed unbearable, God showed up, not with thunder, not with angels, but through people. He sent weeks turned into months. Neighbors who once mocked were stunned when a stranger, a church member they barely knew, offered to cover Emeka's surgery. The operation succeeded. Slowly, laughter returned to their home. A woman at church slipped an envelope into her hand. Inside was money, enough to pay their rent. Neighbors who once mocked began showing up with food for the children. It was as if an unseen presence had stepped into their fire, shielding them. Months later, Emeka walked into church, weak but alive, and lifted his hands in worship. Chika fell to her knees, tears streaming. The fire had not consumed them, it had refined them. Their marriage was stronger, their children's faith deeper, their testimony louder. Chika finally understood. Like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, she hadn't walked the fire alone. The 4th man had been there all along. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, nor shall the flame scorch you. For I am the Lord your God, Isaiah 43:2. Have you ever felt like you were walking through the fire of life, sickness, poverty, betrayal, or loneliness? How did God show up for you? Share your story in the comments to encourage someone else. If you're in the fire right now, remember, you are not alone. Drop a "God is with me" in the comments if you are holding on to faith today. Shalom.